Today I'm going to be doing some food prep, so I hope you follow along. Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan. Welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm a plant-based RN and I follow a whole food plant-based way of eating. On this channel you're going to find quick and easy whole food plant-based recipes. So in today's video I'm going to be doing some food prep, and I like to do food prep opposed to meal prep. Meal prep is when you put every meal in little individual containers. I don't like to do that. I like to have components of meals that I can throw together. I like to have proteins and starches and veggies, and that way I can put together whatever meal I'm in the mood for. So I'm going to show you how to make some really easy meals. They're going to be higher in protein and they're going to be low calorie. So if you're trying to lose weight but you want to lose fat and not muscle, then it's very important to focus on that protein, which is what I'm doing right now. I aim for about 100 grams a day, and I try to keep my calories around 1700, give or take. I'm not super strict on it, but it's just something I like to keep in the back of my mind, and it keeps me on track. If that doesn't work for you, then I get it, but for me that's the way it has been working for me lately. I do want to lose some fat, but I don't want to lose muscle. I think it's very important to know the difference. You can lose weight, but you could be losing muscle as well. And at my age, it's very important to hold on to that muscle. I want to be strong, and I want to be able to do the things I want to do as I get older. I want to be able to carry my groceries into the house. I want to be able to put my luggage in the overhead bin on the airplane. I want to be able to do those kind of everyday things and not be dependent on other people to help me. So I'm working on gaining muscle, but I also want to lose a little bit of fat. So I'm going to be doing a sheet pan tofu scramble, and this is great for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I eat this any time of the day. It's a really satisfying meal, and I'm going to add some seasoned potatoes with it, so it'll have the protein, the veggies, and the starch. And that's how I like to build my plates these days. Some kind of veggie, some kind of protein, and a whole grain, potato, rice, something like that. And as always, the full recipes will be in the description box along with all the resources I offer. I do have discount codes down in there, so you might want to check that out as well. And I would love for you to join my Facebook group. And if you're new to this way of eating, check out my online course. So all that info is down below. When you are doing food prep, I like to start with the thing that takes the longest. So I'm going to start with the potatoes and the tofu scramble. I'm going to get those going, and while that's cooking, you can do multiple different things. And that way you're not in here all day in the kitchen. And it usually takes me maybe at the most 2 hours. But while things are cooking, I can also be doing laundry and other things. So it's not like I'm stuck in the kitchen for 2 hours straight. So it's something you can do as little as you want or as much as you want, whatever works for your life. It's just really convenient to have these components of meals that you can just grab and make yourself dinner, lunch, whatever it is. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to be making my food prep for about 4 days. So I've got 2 packages of high protein tofu, and this is 14 grams of protein per serving. So I'm going to use 2 packages. What I like about the extra firm is there's not a lot of water in there. I don't even press it. I do want some of the moisture in there so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to be making this in the oven, and I have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. So I'm just going to get these out of the package, and then I'm going to crumble them into the bowl. So I just patted off any extra moisture with a paper towel, and then I'm just going to crumble this all into this bowl. And you want, fairly small crumbles. All right, we've got our tofu all crumbled. Now I'm going to start chopping veggies. I'm just going to be using 1 cup of frozen bell peppers, red, yellow, and green. If you want to use fresh, that's fine. Just make it to 1 cup. This was actually 1.25 cups, and then once it defrosted, it got down to 1 cup. So I'm just going to throw that in. And then I'm going to add half of this package. This is, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to put my spices in here right now. I think that's a good idea. So I have garlic salt, onion powder, smoked paprika, turmeric, and some black pepper. Whenever using turmeric, you want to use some black pepper. It helps your body absorb it. Turmeric is very, very good for inflammation, but be careful because in big amounts, it can cause it to act as a blood thinner. So if you're having surgery, I know in the hospital we tell people to stop their turmeric and fish oil if they're taking any of that, of course aspirin, because it can increase bleeding. So just a little hot tip there. So I'm going to just sprinkle this all in, and then I'm just going to get in there with my hands and mix it up, and then I'll add everything else and give it a good stir. And then of course you're going to make sure that it's seasoned to your liking, if you want more salt or if you want more pepper, whatever. And then this way you can break up any big chunks too. And we'll stir it again once we get the rest of the veggies in. All right, I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna use half of this package, probably a whole onion, a zucchini, and I will throw in some spinach as well. All right, so I'm just gonna chop these mushrooms up a little bit smaller. And like I said, it's about 5 ounces. You can slice your own. I just got these pre-sliced. It's not that I'm lazy, it's just that sometimes I just don't have time and I want to be able to stay on this path. And when I make things easier for myself, then that happens. All right, let's throw these in. And you can use whatever kind of veggies you would like, of course. This is just a guideline. Get these going. And I'm going to get our onion chopped up. A little trick on onions: the flatter they are, the sweeter they're going to be. So that's really, if you want a sweeter onion, get one that's a little bit more on the flat side. All right, I'm going to chop this onion up and get it in the bowl. Okay, onion's in the bowl. Now I've got about 4 ounces of spinach. I'm just going to chop up a little finer. And make sure you get a really big bowl to put all this stuff in. And just a rough chop, because it's going to cook down once it's in the oven. All right, I'm going to finish chopping this up and then we'll get this on a baking sheet. All right, here is my lined baking sheet. And I went to just to show you, a really huge, massive bowl. Just made it easier to get it all stirred up. And this will definitely be on two baking dishes. Yeah, baking sheets. Because it's a lot, you know, and it's going to be for 4 days. All right. So I'm just going to get this other portion here onto the other baking dish, and then I'm going to put this in the oven at 400, and it's going to go for about 40 minutes. 35-40 minutes, and then you're going to stir it probably every 10 minutes just to make sure it's all getting good. So now I've got some Yukon Gold potatoes that we're going to throw in the oven with the tofu. I'm just going to chop these up approximately this size. I've got about 8 of these potatoes. And these are going to be like four servings. All right, I'm going to finish chopping these up and then I'll show you how I'm going to season them up. So to season these up, I'm going to do what I always do. Onion powder, garlic salt, smoked paprika, and you can do whatever kind of spices you like. These are my favorites, so I put it on everything. And I don't get bored of it. So feel free to change it up for yourself. And then I'm going to add some nutritional yeast on here. And then we're just going to toss them. Make sure they're all apart. And then I do a little bit more seasoning just to make sure everybody's good. Okay, on the baking sheet. In a single layer. And as you noticed, I didn't use any oil on these potatoes. And look at how nicely everything stuck. All right, these are going to go in with the scramble. And these will probably need about 40 minutes. So they'll be coming out roughly the same time. Next up, I like to have some kind of a grain, and I like to combine my white rice with some quinoa, and this gives it a little bit more protein. I'm going to use 3/4 cup of each. You can do whatever ratio you want. All right, and then this is, so that's 1.5 cups, so I'm going to put 3 cups of water. First I'm going to give it a nice rinse, and then put the water in and then get it going in the rice cooker. All right, next I want to get my TVP taco meat going, and I like to have this on hand so I can do tacos, burritos, I could do nachos, I could do a taco salad. So a lot of different options, tostadas. So this is a really easy one to make. So I've just got 1 cup of TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, which is soy, and 1 cup of water, warm water. I'm just going to let this sit aside here, and it just needs to be rehydrated. Now you can, if you want to season this, you can at this point, but I'm not going to because I'm going to be adding some taco seasoning that's going to give it plenty of flavor. So I will meet you over the stove and I will show you how easy this is to put together. So we're going to start with a little bit of water in this nonstick pan. I'm going to start with about 3/4 cup of a chopped onion. And we're just going to saute this for, 3 to 4 minutes. We just want them to get softened. All right, these are at a good spot here. Now I'm going to add in my TVP. If there's a lot of moisture in it, then get rid of that. Wring it out or something. But that's why I only put a cup of water to hydrate it. Alright, I'm just going to let this cook for a few minutes, just get maybe a little color on there. I mean, it just looks like ground turkey. Not too big of a deal. Alright, we'll let this go for a few minutes. And then I'm going to add some black beans and then my taco seasoning, and then that's it. And then you have this in the fridge for whatever you would like it for. Alright, let's add our beans. I've got 1 can drained and rinsed. And guess what? More protein. And fiber, for sure. Alright, let's add in our taco seasoning. I like this Siete taco seasoning, but you can use whatever kind you like. And add a little water. I think we're going to need a little bit more water. Okay, we're just going to turn this on low. It was on medium heat. Now we're, oh gosh, I'm making a mess as usual. We're going to turn this on low and just let it simmer for about 5 minutes. We just want all the flavors to get together. And then that's it. You're done. You stick it in your fridge and you're ready to go. Now check out our tofu scramble. Look at how beautiful this thing looks. So yeah, 4 servings. Nice big servings. So this is going to be great for you to have on hand for the week. The next thing I like to do, and I do this towards the end, is I'm just going to steam up some frozen veggies. I've got a pound of broccoli, and then I've got some green beans that are frozen, and I'm just going to throw them in my steamer here. Put the whole thing of broccoli in here, and some green beans. And sometimes I'll do another batch of the green beans, but I think today I'm just going to do a little bit here. And then you've got veggies ready to go. You just have to heat your plate up in the microwave of all your different components. All right, this is going in, and then I'm going to show you the last thing I'm going to do. And actually, there's one more thing after this, but it's an easy one. I like to have salad ready to go, and this really helps my husband too. And I just have one of these containers here of spring mix, which I'm going to chop up small, and then I'm just going to add some onion, carrot, cabbage, and red pepper. And then I'm going to put that in a container in the fridge. Normally this has a lid, but this one just came with a clear plastic, so I'm going to have to put it in another container. And then I just add cucumber and tomato when I'm ready to eat my salad, because those give off a lot of moisture and I don't want my salad to be soggy. So I just chop this up. And then you can use whatever dressing you'd like. If you just want to do some, you know, my 3-2-1 dressing or a tahini or whatever, you know, just make it a low fat. And then I'm just going to add everything in. And again, you can do whatever kind of veggies you would like. And I'm just going to use my hands and toss this around. And then you're ready to go. You just grab a couple handfuls and you've got a salad. All right, then now I'm going to show you the last thing I'm going to do. I want to show you a really good snack. So the last thing I'm going to do is show you how to make a really quick snack. I'm going to be using Earth Chimp's new strawberry flavor. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to make a strawberry, banana, mango smoothie. Yum. And this is going to be about 29 grams of protein. If you want to make it lower fat, just use water, and then it would be 20 grams. But I'm going to use some soy milk. I like it, it's a little creamier. All right, let's get started. I've got one super ripe banana that really needs to be used up. Then I have these beautiful little champagne mangoes. My husband cut up both of them. I think I'm just going to use one in here. Okay, I've got a few strawberries frozen, and this is going to help make it cold too. And then I've got my Costco organic pineapple, which I love. I use this in all my smoothies. I think my camera cut out. 70 grams of the frozen pineapple and 70 grams of the frozen strawberries. Now we're going to do 2 scoops of the strawberry protein powder. So I guess technically you wouldn't have to add the strawberries, but I really want it to be strawberry-y. So I got a couple, well, I have 1 cup of soy milk, and then just a little bit of water. All right, I'm going to go blend it up. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. I added some more water because it was really thick, a little bit too thick for me, so. Oh my God, that's so good. All right, I'm gonna lay out everything I got so you can see it all in one shot. Would you look at this haul? One thing I forgot to film was I made some lentils over here. And I've got my taco mix, my rice and quinoa combo. You see my veggies. And then in the back we got the potatoes and the tofu scramble, and then my delicious salad mixture, and then there's my smoothie. So this is quite the spread, and you will have no problem getting your protein in, feeling full and satisfied. We've got protein, we've got veggies, we've got starches, so it's all perfect. What a spread, like I said. This is amazing. And I started at about 1:15 and it is 3:34. So, and that was with filming and moving cameras and lighting. So you could do this in 2 hours, no problem, maybe a little less. And with the lentils, I just had a little bit of brown lentils and red lentils left over. I just put them in a pot, covered them with a little water and salt, and just let them simmer for like 20 minutes. And that's really good to add to any dish to bump up the protein and the fiber. And lentils are great sources of iron as well. So I think this is amazing, and I hope you make some delicious meals. And don't forget to check out the discount code for this strawberry, well, for all their flavors, but this is a limited edition, and let me tell you, it is so good. So food prep is well worth it. So I hope you guys give this a try. I hope you like this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you made it this far in the video, please comment below with food prep, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. So remember, all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you.